So the other one is I didn't get to touch upon is inspirations, right? How do you have any inspirational figures? No.
No.
Okay, so
No, I'm not. So there was a time, I used to think, oh my God, Dalai Lama, oh my gosh, like totally.
yeah.
But then it's just that our situations are so different from everybody else we know, even people we went to college with, and people we went to college with, not just people who went to college before us, like people who we go to college with also are in such different situations. To be able to align is hard.
So first of all, I think you don't have
Probably I just don't.
inspiration.
I don't, I guess.
Right, you're always inspired.
I guess. I think it's my values that inspire me. It's not a person.
Like never a person who is down and needs something to fill you up, kind of.
That'd be a very strong statement. There are times when I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing anything. But then mostly, yes, I do have higher energy than most people. Yes.
So you really are a person naturally very inspired.
Enthusiastic, yes, definitely.
Internally, you have that system built.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's not the outside things that are going to drive you. And maybe actually, if you go deeper, that might have been maybe at your family it was said, right? Your parents must have done something right. Right? So that maybe you can cover
Send me off to boarding school, probably. That was
yeah. So they have alignment internally, right?
Yes.
So obviously, I think family must. You
Absolutely.
Your mom, mentioned on that mom. So you don't have a. So something even more deeper. Something right was done for you. That is.
I was brought up the right way. Yes, absolutely. I love my parents. I totally hit the jackpot in the parent lottery. Because parents are a lottery, right?
Yeah.
You get what you get.
Exactly.
You can't change that. Yes, I think I did pretty well in the parent lottery. I really like my parents.
So like you got your inspiration right. You have very clarity about what you want, what is important to you, and you're able to actually execute it on a day-to-day life, right? You have set your lifestyle. You don't feel that your lifestyle is, lopsided. You feel to be very aligned, and you seem to be joyful and happy.
Thank you.
Right? And all that. So in the flow, in the moment, and for your age, actually, you seem to be very good, right? Very mature about realizing about differences. You're saying like all this beyond your age. So
thank you. Okay.
So what do you think is right? So obviously then all this.
So if you want me to credit my parents, I totally will. Oh my God, they're awesome. Both of them are awesome. So my parents are doctors, and I see them in their own right as very successful people. And I know a lot of people wouldn't like this, but then I would be a very happy person if I can have my parents' life. Like, genuinely, I'd be a very happy person if I can have their life. They're genuinely happy in love and have been raising kids responsibly and, have achieved a lot of goals that normal people would have professionally, in family terms, financially. I think they have what I want, and I've always looked up to them, and they've served as very practical, like, guides to the person I am. I know a lot of parents try to build idealistic and like, for example, they never encouraged obedience. They never specifically encouraged obedience, for example. That's something that traditional cultural parents do, and we were always encouraged to ask, why should I do this, and why should I put my dishes in the sink after eating, things like that. It's like, not that you're expected, you listen to your parents. So that was never the attitude that they had towards parenting. The second thing is, nothing was taboo. Like, we could obviously talk to them about things that, I still remember, that we used to make fun of this kid at school, and, in today's world, you'd call it bullying. And when I told them about it, like, I felt comfortable enough and not guilty to tell them about it, and they told me that, the kid feels really bad when you do that to him, and you really shouldn't. I mean, they gave us, they were like normal parents, they gave us responsible advice, but they weren't preachy about it, And they actually were able to draw on experiences from their own lives and tell us
So
about it.
So
Yeah.
why didn't you, when they gave you this freedom,
Mm-hmm.
when they said do what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
kind of,
Mm-hmm.
why
Oh,
didn't you go do
actually,
that?
they didn't. They didn't. Oh my God, they didn't. Oh my God, we both of them are doctors, and they wanted me to become a doctor. Like, oh my God, it was so strong that until I actually graduated year 12, I had never even thought of doing anything other than becoming a doctor. And then I actually ended up at medical college, and I was like, not this. And that was a period of tension because they were like, what's wrong with what we do, kind of thing, And I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to be surrounded by sickness and death for the rest of my life. You guys get like calls in the middle of the night and you have to get up and see emergency patients, and I don't want that, because once you're a doctor, that's all you can do. You can be a doctor. I mean, you can't do anything else, and I want flexibility, and I want to do an undergrad in a place where I have some amount of flexibility about it, and that was difficult. That was a difficult part in my relationship with my parents, but eventually they did come to terms with it that I am not going to be a reflection of their ambition, and one thing is that a lot of parents don't realize it. A lot of parents do expect their children to be a reflection of their ambition, and my parents got over that really quickly, and that's why I have the relationship I have with them, and and it's been tough and it's been good, but more better than worse.